Jonathan, it is the return of PG-13. Paul George has finally come back and shown that he is not Pandemic P.
Second shots, though. George, way off. It's the
Irish Spring, green.
That we've seen last year, but he is playoff P that we've been seeing, and possibly, the MVP level caliber that he was showing not only in OKC but also in Pacers with the Pacers. Right now he's leading this Clippers team without Kawhi. He's doing such a great job, even though they are down 1-0 in the series, and game 2 is tomorrow. Could Paul George actually lead this Clippers team to success?
Well, the thing with Paul George, or I like to call him Paulie Gold,
I love gold.
is he is a really, really talented player. Last year in the bubble, we saw him dealing with mental health issues and struggling to perform in the basketball sense of the topic, because we are speaking in basketball terms right now.
Right.
Life aside for a minute, it did impact his game. And now that we're seeing, first of all, you were speaking about him being the leader of this team now. He is the leader of this team now. Kawhi Leonard is out with an ACL injury. We don't really know details about it, but there's no timetable. Yeah. So indefinitely could mean he's coming back in a few games. It definitely could mean season's over.
Correct.
But it's Paul George's team now, and he has the green light.
Green light! Green light!
We haven't seen this since Indiana before his leg injury. And my God, this is going to be a roller coaster ride. He will shoot the lights out every single time, because not only is he the man, he's a man with a pretty deep team. You got Reggie Jackson, you've got Pat Beverly, you've got all of these guys producing off the bench as well to help Paul George push this team against the monster out west of Phoenix.
Right.
I want to throw it to you and ask you if you think there's a realistic chance that Paul George can carry this team past the Phoenix Suns.
I mean, you look at the teams that he's been able to help win playoff series with. Not really in OKC. We kind of know what happened in OKC.
Lillard, long range three.
But with Indiana, at least, I know they ran into that brick wall that was LeBron, and for 2 years in a row. But you look at the team around them. They did have all-star caliber players in George Hill, David West, Lance Stevenson for a season, Roy Hibbert for about two, three seasons. They were well coached with Frank Vogel as well. So they could make a playoff push. They could make a push in this series. I know when you and I spoke about in the Suns series that we said with Chris Paul out, it could mean that the Clippers might have an advantage, and he so far is out for the first 2 games of the series.
We were proved wrong. Let me tell you about that.
But honestly, only slightly, because you see what Paul George is putting up. He put up 34, 4, and 5, but he was only really realistically outdone by Devin Booker's 40-point triple-double, and they only lost by 6. And it was a very competitive game throughout. By the end of the first quarter, they were tied. And then, it was kind of back and forth throughout until Phoenix finally took the advantage in the fourth quarter. But listen, he's got a pretty decent team around him, and guys that are finally stepping up and proving their worth. Reggie Jackson is one of them. DeMarcus Cousins played pretty well the other night. Nicholas Batum and Marcus Morris are great role players. Terrence Mann, the emergence of Terrence Mann.
Step missed. Terrence Mann
drives in on Gobert.
Rudy Gobert, bro. What the does he do in the NBA, bro?
Hey, baby go knows. No, but yeah.
I don't know if he can lead. If he can make this a series, and I really want to say yes, but I don't know if he can lead them over the top to a competitive, to actually push them to a finals performance. And if he does, I don't want to say it's a miracle, but it's going to almost come to that.
let me give you the other side of this story. The Phoenix Suns just won a game without Chris Paul. Game 1 at home. Yes, Devin Booker's heroics were in large part due to this team celebrating a victory, but it happened. As Magic Johnson said on Stephen A's first take, it doesn't matter. They won the game. They won the game. I'm paraphrasing, but
Right.
in reality, this is going to be a really good series because not only is Kawhi Leonard out and it's Paul George's team, the Suns are also without Chris Paul currently and for the foreseeable future. So this is going to be a hell of a series. Will Paul George do it? Personally, I don't think so. But you're saying there's a chance.
I think there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I think there is a chance, especially if when we talked about in the Chris Paul video, the fact that if Chris Paul is out for the whole series, if he's out the first 2 games, all right, then Suns might tie the series or be down at least 1-0, or they might at least be 1-1 going into Game 3. But if he's out the whole series, I mean, look at Paul George. I've always felt like there was a dynamic that Kawhi, while he's the leader on the court, that Paul George is that vocal leader. You know what I mean? That he's more the guy that's going to get into everyone's faces and tell them to do better, while Kawhi is just going to try to tell people to do it with his performance and rather not necessarily, go up to a guy and be like, hey, improve on this and that. I think that was
the moral locker room leader. Yeah.
I think that was always going to be Paul George, which he's proven to do it in Indiana and OKC, and especially having, Russ right next to him as well in OKC. But
you know what it is?
I think it's going to be an interesting game, interesting series at least.
Pandemic P is behind us because Paul George got the vaccine.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
No, I'm playing. But I don't know if he got the vaccine or not. I'm just playing. But yeah, this has been another episode of the Banter Broadcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video that Brandon and I are bringing you guys. If you guys did enjoy, please consider liking this video. We do appreciate every single one of you who tunes in weekly, daily to our video installments to this channel. If you want to see more of us, make sure to subscribe. We are posting constantly and our content is just getting better and better for you guys. Stay tuned for another vlog, our second vlog, where Ben will eat blazing hot wings. So thank you guys so much and we'll see you